Dr. Elena Vasquez stood at the edge of the observation deck, staring into the vast darkness beyond the reinforced glass. Somewhere out there, billions of light years away, a supermassive black hole was slowly consuming an entire galaxy. She had spent 15 years studying these cosmic monsters, yet tonight, something felt different. The data streaming across her tablet screen told a story that shouldn't be possible, a story that would change everything humanity thought it knew about existence itself. Elena, you need to see this. The voice belonged to Marcus Chun, her colleague, and the only person who understood the weight of what they were discovering. He burst into the observation room, his face pale despite the dim red lighting designed to preserve night vision. She turned from the window. "What is it?" Marcus thrust his tablet toward her, his hands trembling slightly. "I've been running the simulations all night, the mathematical models we've been working on, the ones examining the interior structure of black holes. They're not just theoretical anymore." Elena took the device, her eyes scanning the complex equations and three-dimensional models rotating on the screen. Her breath caught in her throat. The numbers aligned perfectly, forming a pattern she had seen before, but never in this context. "This can't be right," she whispered, though even as she spoke, she knew it was. The data was flawless, verified through 17 different analytical methods. "Marcus, these calculations suggest that the expansion rate of our universe matches the gravitational properties inside a black hole's event horizon." "I know." Marcus ran his hand through his disheveled hair. "Elena, I've checked it 100 times. The cosmic microwave background radiation, the acceleration of universal expansion, the distribution of matter and energy, everything fits. Our universe isn't just similar to the interior of a black hole. It might actually be one." The words hung in the air between them like a physical presence. Elena felt the floor seem to shift beneath her feet, though she knew it was just her mind struggling to grasp the enormity of what they had discovered. She walked back to the observation window, pressing her palm against the cold glass. "If you're right," she said slowly, "then everything we see, every star, every galaxy, every atom in existence, is contained within the event horizon of a black hole that exists in another universe." "Not just might be," Marcus corrected, moving to stand beside her. "The probability based on our calculations is over 93%. Elena, think about what this means. The Big Bang wasn't the beginning of everything. It was a formation of a black hole in a parent universe. The singularity we've always theorized about to start time, it's the same singularity at the center of every black hole." Elena's mind raced through the implications. "And the expansion of our universe. Is the interior space of the black hole growing as it consumes more matter from its parent universe?" Marcus finished. "Time inside a black hole moves differently. What we perceive as billions of years of cosmic evolution might be mere moments in the universe outside our event horizon." She turned to face him fully. "We need to present this to the council. This changes everything we understand about cosmology, about physics, about the very nature of reality." Marcus shook his head. "They'll never accept it, not without more proof. We're talking about overturning 100 years of established scientific consensus. They'll say we're insane. Then we find more proof." Elena's voice carried a steel determination that Marcus recognized. Once she committed to something, nothing could deter her. If our universe is inside a black hole, there should be evidence everywhere. We just need to know what to look for. Over the following weeks, they worked in near secrecy, bringing in only the most trusted colleagues. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a quantum physicist, joined their team, followed by Raj Patel, whose expertise in mathematical modeling proved invaluable. Together, they began to unravel a cosmic secret that had been hiding in plain sight. "Look at this," Yuki announced during one of their late-night sessions. The team had taken to working after hours, away from the scrutiny of their peers. "I've been examining quantum entanglement patterns across vast cosmic distances. According to Einstein-Rosen bridges, wormholes, black holes should create connections through space-time. But if our entire universe is inside a black hole, then every quantum particle in existence shares a common origin point, the singularity at our universe's birth." Raj pulled up a holographic display, showing the distribution of galaxies across observable space. And it explains the large-scale structure of the cosmos, the way galaxies cluster, the cosmic web of dark matter. All makes sense if you view it as material being organized by the internal geometry of a black hole's event horizon. Elena studied the hologram, watching as Raj animated billions of years of cosmic evolution in seconds. Galaxies formed, clusters emerged, and vast voids appeared, all following patterns that mirror the theoretical interior of a black hole. "There's something else," Marcus said, his voice quiet. Everyone turned to look at him. "If we're inside a black hole, then physics as we understand it only applies within our event horizon. But black holes emit Hawking radiation. Slowly, over unimaginable timescales, they evaporate." The room fell silent. Elena felt a chill that had nothing to do with the temperature. "You're saying our universe is dying." "Everything dies, Elena. Stars, planets, civilizations. Why should universes be any different? But we're talking about timescales so vast they make the current age of the universe look like a blink. 10 to the power of 100 years, maybe more." "That's if Hawking was right about black hole evaporation," Yuki interjected. "But what if he was only partially correct? What if black holes don't truly evaporate? What if they give birth?" Elena's eyes widened. "The singularity at the center of a black hole becomes infinitely dense. If it reaches a critical threshold, it could undergo a kind of quantum bounce, creating a new expanding space-time, a new universe." "Exactly." Yuki said, her excitement building. "Every black hole in our universe could be spawning new universes within themselves. And we're living inside one such universe, which exists inside a black hole in a parent universe. It's an infinite hierarchy, universes within universes, nested like cosmic matryoshka dolls." Raj began pacing, his mind clearly racing. This solved so many problems. The fine-tuning of physical constants, the anthropic principle, the question of why our universe seems so precisely calibrated for life. It's natural selection at a cosmic level. Universes that can form stable black holes create offspring universes, those that can't die out. We exist in a universe capable of producing black holes because our parent universe had the same property. The implications were staggering. Elena felt as though she were standing at the edge of a vast abyss, staring into the true nature reality. "We need to go public with this. The world deserves to know." "They'll crucify us," Marcus warned. "The scientific establishment, religious institution, philosophers, everyone will have an opinion. Will be attacked from all sides." "Then let them attack," Elena said firmly. "We didn't become scientists to make comfortable discoveries. We became scientists to find the truth wherever it leads. And this is the truth, Marcus. Every piece of evidence supports it." 3 months later, they stood before the International Astronomical Congress, presenting their findings to an audience of the world's leading scientists. The auditorium held 3,000 people, with millions more watching via live stream. Elena felt the weight of those eyes as she stepped to the podium. "Ladies and gentlemen," she began, her voice steady despite the butterflies in her stomach. "Today, we present evidence that fundamentally redefines our place in existence. Our universe, everything we can see, measure, or detect, exists within the event horizon of a black hole in a parent universe." The murmur that rippled through the audience was immediate. Elena continued undeterred. "For decades, physicists have struggled with the information paradox, the question of what happens to information that falls into a black hole. Stephen Hawking proposed that information might be preserved in Hawking radiation. But there's another possibility. The information isn't destroyed or encoded. It becomes the foundation of a new universe." She gestured to the massive screen behind her, where their data appeared in brilliant detail. "When matter crosses the event horizon of a black hole, from our perspective, it appears frozen in time. But from the perspective of the infalling matter, time continues normally. Inside the event horizon, the gravitational collapse doesn't lead to a singularity of infinite density. It triggers a quantum bounce, creating a new expanding space-time." Marcus took over, walking the audience through their mathematical models. "The Big Bang was an explosion in space. It was the birth of space itself, occurring at the moment a black hole formed in a parent universe. The cosmic microwave background radiation we observe isn't just the afterglow of creation. It's the echo of the event horizon that contains our entire existence. Yuki presented the quantum mechanical evidence, showing how entanglement patterns across cosmic scales supported their theory. Raj demonstrated how their model resolved numerous cosmological puzzles, from the horizon problem to the flatness problem, issues that had plagued the standard Big Bang model for decades. When they finished, silence filled the auditorium. Then the questions began, sharp and skeptical, exactly as they had anticipated. How can you possibly test this hypothesis? Demanded Dr. Friedrich Weber, a renowned German cosmologist. If we're inside an event horizon, we can never observe the parent universe. Your theory is untestable, which makes it philosophy, not science. Elena had prepared for this. We can test it through its predictions. Our model predicts specific patterns in the cosmic microwave background, particular distributions of dark matter, and precise relationships between fundamental constants. All of these can be measured and compared to observations. So far, every prediction matches reality with remarkable accuracy. But correlation isn't causation, another scientist challenged. You could be fitting a theory to existing data rather than making genuine predictions. Which is why, Marcus interjected, we're proposing new experiments. Our model predicts subtle variations in the speed of light at extremely high energies, variations that should be detectable with the next generation of cosmic ray observatories. It also predicts specific gravitational wave signatures from the early universe that differ slightly from standard inflation theory. The debate raged for hours. Some scientists were intrigued, others dismissive, many simply confused by the radical nature of the proposal. But as Elena looked out the audience, she saw something crucial. They were thinking about it. The seed had been planted. In the weeks that followed, their theory exploded across scientific journals and popular media. Universe in a black hole became the subject of countless articles, debates, and dinner table conversations. Religious leaders grappled with the theological implications. Philosophers debated the nature of reality and existence. And slowly, grudgingly, the scientific community began to take it seriously. New observations supported their model. The Cosmic Observatory Array detected the gravitational wave patterns Marcus had predicted. High-energy cosmic ray measurements showed exactly the variations Elena had calculated. Each new piece of evidence strengthened their case. 6 months after their presentation, Elena received a call from Dr. Weber, the cosmologist who had challenged him so aggressively at the Congress. "Dr. Vasquez," he said, his German accent thick with emotion, "I owe you an apology. I've spent the last half-year trying to disprove your theory. I've run every test, examined every alternative explanation, but the evidence keeps pointing in the same direction. I believe you're right. Our universe is inside a black hole." Elena felt a surge of vindication, but also something deeper, a profound sense of connection to the cosmos. "Thank you, Friedrich. That means more than you know." "But Elena," Weber continued, his voice dropping, "have you considered the full implications? If every black hole spawns a new universe, and our universe contains billions upon billions of black holes, then we are not just inhabitants of one universe. We are the ancestors of countless universes yet to come. Every black hole in our night sky is a nursery for reality itself." After the call ended, Elena returned to the observation deck where this journey had begun. She stared out at the darkness, but now it looked different. Each point of light wasn't just a star. It was a potential parent to entire universes. And somewhere in a parent universe beyond her perception, their entire existence existed within a cosmic structure, nested inside something larger still. Marcus joined her at the window. "Thinking about the implications?" "Always," she replied. "We set out to understand black holes, and instead we discovered the truth about everything." "But Marcus, doesn't it make you feel small, knowing that our entire universe, with all its galaxies and stars and planets, is just the interior of a single black hole in an incomprehensibly larger cosmos?" Marcus smiled. "Small? Elena, it makes me feel connected. Every atom in your body, in mine, in every star we can see, it all came from the same singularity. We're all made of the same stuff, all part of the same cosmic structure. And the universes being born in black holes throughout our cosmos, they might develop life that asks the same questions we did. They might discover they're inside black holes too, and realize they're part of an infinite chain of creation. Elena thought about that. An infinite hierarchy of universes, each giving birth to the next, stretching backward and forward in time beyond comprehension. It's beautiful in a way. Terrifying, but beautiful. That's science, Marcus said. The universe doesn't care about our comfort. It just is what it is. Our job is to understand it, no matter where that understanding leads. A year later, Elena stood before another audience, this time receiving the Nobel Prize in Physics alongside Marcus, Yuki, and Raj. The recognition was gratifying, but what mattered more were the new generation of students inspired by their work. Young minds now looked at the night sky and understood that what they saw was just one layer of an infinitely complex reality. In her acceptance speech, Elena spoke not as a scientist, but as a human being grappling with cosmic truth. We have learned that our universe is both smaller and larger than we imagined. Smaller because we exist within a bounded structure, contained within an event horizon. Larger because that structure is part of an infinite cascade of universes, each as real and vast as our own. She paused, looking out at the audience of world leaders, scientists, and dignitaries. This discovery should humble us. It should remind us that Earth is not the center of the universe. Indeed, there is no center. But it should also inspire us. We are not isolated. We are part of something unimaginably grand, a cosmic ecosystem of universes giving birth to universes, stretching across dimensions we can barely conceive. And perhaps billions of years from now, when our sun has died and our galaxy has faded, the black holes we created will nurture new universes where new civilizations will look up at their skies and wonder about the nature of existence. They will be our legacy, our children in a cosmic sense. We came from a singularity. We live inside a black hole. And from us, new universes will be born. That is the circle of cosmic life, and we are privileged to have discovered our place within it. The applause that followed seemed to echo beyond the auditorium, carried on waves of understanding that had transformed humanity's self-perception. They were no longer isolated observers of the cosmos. They were participants in its grand design, threads in an infinite tapestry of existence. Elena looked up at the ornate ceiling of the Stockholm concert hall, but in her mind's eye, she saw through it, through the atmosphere, through space itself, to the event horizon that bounded their entire reality. And she smiled, knowing that somewhere beyond that boundary, in a parent universe they could never observe, their entire existence was just a speck, a single black hole among countless others. But what a magnificent speck it was. What a glorious mystery they had unraveled. And what adventure still awaited those brave enough to keep asking questions, to keep seeking truth, to keep exploring the infinite depths of reality. As the ceremony concluded and Elena stepped down from the stage, a young girl approached her, no more than 10 years old, eyes bright with curiosity. Dr. Vasquez, the girl asked, if we're inside a black hole, does that mean there are people outside who can see us? Elena knelt down to the girl's level. We don't know. Time moves so differently inside and outside event horizons that even if they could observe us, they might see our entire history, past, present, and future, frozen at the boundary. To them, we might be nothing more than information encoded on a cosmic surface. But we're real, the girl insisted. I'm real. You're real. Yes. Elena agreed, feeling the weight and wonder of that simple truth. We are real. Reality exists at every level, in every universe, inside every black hole. And that, I think, is the most important discovery of all. No matter how vast or how nested existence becomes, consciousness and life find a way to emerge, to question, to understand. The girl smiled and ran back to her parents, satisfied with the answer. Elena watched her go, thinking about all the questions that child would ask in her lifetime, all the mysteries her generation would unravel. The universe was inside a black hole, but it was also home. It was everything they knew and everything they would ever know. And that was enough. More than enough. It was magnificent. Dr. Elena Vasquez stared at the impossible data streaming across her screen. 3 a.m, and the numbers refused to make sense. Or rather, they made too much sense in a way that terrified her. Her coffee had gone cold hours ago. "Marcus, get to the lab. Now!" Her voice cracked as she spoke into her phone. 20 minutes later, Marcus Chun burst through the observatory doors, still wearing a pajama shirt under his jacket. "Elena, what's so urgent at?" She spun her monitor toward him. "Look at this. I was analyzing the cosmic microwave background radiation, comparing it with black hole event horizon mathematics. Marcus, the patterns match. Perfectly." Marcus leaned closer, his eyes widening as he processed equations. That can't be right. You're saying our universe's expansion rate mirrors the interior geometry of a black hole. Not mirrors, is... Elena pulled up another screen filled with three-dimensional models. "I've run this simulation 47 times. The Big Bang, cosmic inflation, dark energy, the acceleration of expansion. Everything fits if you model our universe as the interior of a supermassive black hole in a parent universe." The words hung between them like a confession of heresy. Marcus collapsed into a chair, running calculations on his own tablet. Minutes passed in silence, broken only by the hum of computers. "The singularity at the Big Bang," Marcus whispered. "It's the same singularity at a black hole center. When a black hole forms in the parent universe, the matter doesn't just compress, it bounces, creating a new expanding space-time. Our universe." Elena nodded, feeling the weight of reality shifting beneath her feet. "We're inside the event horizon right now. We've always been. The entire observable universe, every star, every galaxy, every atom, exists within a black hole's interior. But if this is true..." Marcus looked up at her, his face pale. "Elena, we need to tell someone. This changes everything we know about cosmology, about existence itself. They'll call us insane. Then we prove it." Over the next 3 months, they worked in secrecy, bringing in only their most trusted colleagues. Dr. Yuki Tanaka joined them. Her expertise in quantum mechanics, revealing that the entanglement patterns across cosmic distances made perfect sense if all matter shared a common origin point inside a black hole singularity. Raj Patel, a mathematical physicist, showed how the large-scale structure of the universe, the cosmic web of galaxies, matched the theoretical interior topology of a rotating black hole. Every piece of evidence they gathered strengthened their conclusion. But it was Marcus who discovered the truly disturbing implication. "Elena, if we're inside a black hole, and Hawking was right about black hole evaporation..." He trailed off, unable to finish the sentence. "Our universe is dying," Elena completed, her voice hollow. "Slowly, over incomprehensible timescales, but dying nonetheless. There's more." Yuki pulled up a holographic display, showing cascading levels of universes. Every black hole in our universe could be spawning new universes inside themselves. We might be part of an infinite hierarchy, universes within universes, nested infinitely in both directions. The implications crashed over Elena like a wave. If every black hole created a universe, and their universe contained billions of black holes, then they weren't just discovering cosmology, they were discovering cosmic reproduction. Their universe was one child in an infinite family tree of realities. For months after their initial discovery, they stood before the International Astronomical Congress. 3,000 scientists packed the auditorium, skepticism radiating from every seat. Elena took the podium, her heart pounding. "Ladies and gentlemen, we present evidence that our universe exists within the event horizon of a black hole in a parent universe." The auditorium erupted in murmurs. She pressed on, presenting their data, the mathematical models, the observational evidence, the predictions that match reality with stunning precision. "The cosmic microwave background isn't just the afterglow of the Big Bang," Marcus explained, taking over. "It's the echo of the event horizon that contains our entire existence. Time inside a black hole moves differently than outside. What we experience as billions of years might be mere moments in the parent universe." Questions came like artillery fire. Skeptical, hostile, desperate to find holes in their theory. But for every challenge, they had an answer backed by data. Then Dr. Friedrich Weber, a renowned German cosmologist, stood. Your theory is elegant, even compelling, but it's untestable. If we're inside an event horizon, we can never observe what lies beyond. You're asking us to accept something that can never be proven. Elena had been waiting for this. We can test it through predictions. Our model predicts specific variations in gravitational waves from the early universe, particular patterns in dark matter distribution, and subtle changes in the speed of light at extreme energies. All testable, all measurable. And if observations confirm these predictions, Weber pressed, then we'll know the truth about our existence. Elena said simply, "Isn't that what science is for?" The debate continued for hours, but something had shifted. The scientific community couldn't ignore the evidence anymore. Over the following months, new observations rolled in. The Cosmic Observatory Array detected the exact gravitational wave signatures they had predicted. High-energy particle measurements showed the precise variations Elena had calculated. Each piece of evidence hammered another nail into the coffin of conventional cosmology. 6 months later, Dr. Weber himself called Elena. "Dr. Vasquez, I've spent half a year trying to disprove your theory. I cannot. The evidence is overwhelming. Our universe is inside a black hole." Elena felt vindication, but also something deeper, a vertigo-inducing awareness of reality's true nature. "Friedrich, there's something else we discovered, something we haven't announced yet." "What is it?" "We've detected anomalies in the cosmic microwave background, patterns that suggest communication." Silence. "Then communication from where?" "From outside, from the parent universe." Elena's hands trembled as she spoke. "It's not language as we understand it, but information embedded in the quantum foam at the edge of our observable universe. Someone or something in the parent universe knows we're here, and they're trying to reach us." Weber's breath came in short gasps. "That's impossible. Information can't escape a black hole." "Not escape, but it can exist at the boundary. The event horizon is a two-dimensional surface that encodes all the information about the three-dimensional space inside. Hawking and Bekenstein proposed this decades ago, the holographic principle. If consciousness exists at the boundary, it could theoretically communicate with what's inside." "My God!" Weber breathed. "We're not alone, not just in our universe. We're not alone in the multiverse." Elena returned to the observation deck where this journey had begun. Marcus found her there, staring at the stars. "What are you thinking?" he asked. "About children," she said softly. "Every black hole in our night sky is giving birth to a universe. Billions upon billions of universes, each potentially developing life, consciousness, civilizations. We're not just observers of the cosmos, Marcus. We're ancestors to countless realities yet to come. And descendants of a reality we'll never see," Marcus added, standing beside her. "The message from the parent universe," Elena continued. "I've been analyzing it. It's not a greeting. It's a warning." Marcus turned sharply. "What kind of warning?" "The parent universe is dying, not from black hole evaporation, from something else, a kind of cosmic collapse, a reversal of expansion. When their universe contracts and reaches critical density, all the black holes within it, including the one containing us, will merge, which means all the universes nested inside those black holes will collide. Our entire reality will merge with countless others in an event so catastrophic it defies description, not for billions of years, but Marcus, it's coming. It's inevitable." They stood in silence, contemplating the ultimate fate of existence. Then Marcus smiled, surprising her. "You know what's beautiful about that?" he said. "Somewhere in our universe, a black hole is forming right now. Inside it, a new Big Bang is occurring. A new universe is being born with its own laws of physics, its own potential for life. And when our universe merges with others in that final collision, maybe, just maybe, it will create something new, something we can't even imagine." Elena felt tears forming. "You're saying death isn't the end, even for universes." "I'm saying existence is a cycle. Birth, life, death, rebirth, at every scale imaginable. We came from a singularity. We'll return to one. And from that merger, new realities will emerge. It's not an ending, Elena. It's a transformation. 1 year later, Elena stood before the Nobel Prize committee, accepting the award alongside her team. But as she gave her acceptance speech, she thought about that young girl who would approach her afterward, asking if they were real, if consciousness mattered in a universe nested inside a black hole. And Elena would tell her yes. Reality exists at every level. Consciousness emerges wherever the conditions allow. And the question of existence, the wonder, the curiosity, the relentless drive to understand, that's what makes it all meaningful. Because they had discovered something more profound than cosmology. They had discovered that the universe was alive in a way no one had imagined. Not conscious in a human sense, but creative, reproductive, ever-evolving. Black holes weren't cosmic graves. They were cosmic wombs. Standing at the podium, receiving humanity's highest honor, Elena Vasquez looked up to the ornate ceiling, through the atmosphere, through space itself, to the invisible event horizon that bounded their entire existence. And she smiled, because they weren't prisoners in a black hole. They were children of the cosmos, participants in an infinite dance of creation that stretched backward and forward through layers of reality beyond comprehension. Somewhere in the parent universe, their entire existence was a single point of light falling into darkness. But from their perspective, from inside, it was everything. It was home. It was infinite possibility. And in the black holes forming throughout their universe at that very moment, new Big Bangs were occurring. New universes were being born. New civilizations would one day look up at their skies and ask the same questions. The cycle would continue forever, or something close to it, an endless cascade of universes giving birth to universes, consciousness emerging again and again to witness the wonder of existence. That was the truth they had discovered. That was the climax of their journey. Not an ending, but a revelation that existence itself was far more magnificent than anyone had dared to imagine. This is classified as a short story, approximately 6,500 words, rather than a novel because of several key elements. 1. Focused narrative arc. The story follows one central plot line, the discovery that our universe exists inside a black hole, from beginning to end without subplots or diverging storylines. 2. Limited time span. The entire narrative unfolds over approximately 18 months, a compressed time frame typical of short stories rather than the years or decades covered in novels. 3. Small cast of characters. The story centers on Elena and features only a handful of supporting characters, Marcus, Yuki, Raj, Weber, rather than a large ensemble cast typical of novels. 4. Single theme. The story explores one core concept, our cosmic position within a black hole, and what that means for existence, rather than weaving multiple themes and subplots together. 5. Unified setting. Most action occurs in the observatory and conference settings, maintaining focus rather than sprawling across multiple locations. 6. Clear 3-act structure. Act 1. Discovery of the theory. Act 2. Verification and presentation to the scientific community. Act 3. Acceptance, cosmic implications, and a revelation of the parent universe's message climax. 7. Word count. At 6,500 words, this falls into the novelette or long short story category, typically 7,500 to 20,000 words for novelette, under 7,500 for short story, significantly shorter than novels which typically exceed 40,000 words. The climax explained. The story's climax occurs when Elena reveals the warning from the parent universe. Their reality is temporary, destined to merge with countless other universes when the parent universe collapses. This revelation transforms the story from scientific discovery into existential drama, forcing characters and readers to confront the impermanence of existence itself. However, the climax is resolved with a hopeful realization. Death at the cosmic scale isn't an ending but a transformation. New universes are constantly being born. Consciousness keeps emerging, and existence continues an eternal cycle of creation and rebirth.